Inevitably, we're back at it again with the great DD, and we're going to jump straight into this one. Now, before we do enter, I must ask you guys to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, but do remember once more, this is not financial advice, it is only based on opinion. But today we're going to be talking about the price of AMC. We're seeing it drop now. If we have a look on the chart quickly, we're going to be seeing this one fall into that $18 range over the past day or so. And we do anticipate this one could go lower for many reasons, and the main of which we're going to be covering in this video. And I hate to say it, but that drop to 1780 that we saw in this mid-afternoon period, that could only be the start of it. We could be looking to drop even lower than that. And I want to go over why and what this means for us over here. Now, before we do go on to discuss this, remember, I am bullish on AMC. I do want to see this one do well. I do own a lot of shares, but I do think as well, as I have been saying, since we were sat at about 25, I don't think that was the worst of it, and I still do not think this is the worst of it. I think they could possibly bring this one down to 15 again. I think it is possible before we do see that big MOAS that we're all looking for. And I'm going to talk about why in this one. And we do have a user over here, the Guardian Ape on Twitter, who's reposted this from the user on Reddit, who you can see on your screen. They will drop the price to around 17 to 18 for two reasons. From a technical standpoint, there is a gap that must be filled. More importantly, they are battling the apes, and they think that their apes will panic and sell. You ought to understand this. They can't close or cover their positions using counterfeit shares. They want your shares. As long as we hold, they will be digging themselves into a deeper hole. Remember, we've been talking about all of this. We're expecting this. Don't panic. Do what you must do and sell if you need to sell, but you shouldn't do so out of fear, because the fear of the squeeze not happening, because this is not true. It's simple. This isn't monopoly money. This is our shares. We hold, they fold. This is the final test. Looking at your stock slide into 17 or so, it's hard. No one said it would be easy, but I am certain a reversal will soon follow. Numbers don't lie. Billions of synthetics and counterfeits. They can't magically make them go away. Together, strong, and shame on the agencies who are getting paid to protect us, and of course not doing that. Shame on them, and may God curse them all. We only have each other, and we break their algo by holding. What do we have to lose? Our investment will be gone in 6 months or less if we cash out, but the potential gains are long enough and big enough to potentially even secure our futures. We stand hand in hand, we hold, together strong. Some may lose to sell if they need the money. Oh well, that's their loss. The rest of us keep marching on, we hold. Now, to just dissect that one quickly, I've spoken about this one before on the channel. I think it is a high risk stock. I think it always has been. You guys will know that. But as I have said before, for myself, and of course I cannot tell you what to do because I'm not an advisor, but for myself what I've done is, I've got a lot of money in this. It's a majority of my life savings, but I'm going to tell you guys, I didn't need that money anyway. I'm more than happy to risk it because, as the user does say, I believe if this one does go up, I think we're going to see big benefits, whereas if it does go down, I'm going to lose some of that money, maybe even all of it. I'm more than comfortable of that because, worst case scenario, okay, they bankrupt AMC. I think it's highly unlikely, but let's just say, in a worst case scenario, they do bankrupt it. Say bankrupt it, right, I lose 100% of my investment. But guess what? If, for example, I'm just going to say for example, I was to buy shares for the first time at 17, 18, and the share price goes up to 40, 50, 60, I'm going to make 2 to 3 times my investment back. So I have a 300% potential profit, minimum by the way, in my opinion, because I think the doubling of this one to 40 is not a hard target in my opinion. So I think we do have that potential to go up, but even if it was to go up to 25 or even 20, that's not a bad return. And of course, if the MOAS does happen, we're looking at returns potentially much higher than that. So we have potential to make more than 100% profit, but we have limited potential to make only 100% loss. Now, of course, 100% loss is significant, so be careful, be aware, and be savvy. Don't just go in with all of your money if you cannot afford to do so, so be aware of what you're doing. But yeah, it is true, that's the maximum that we can lose, but obviously the maximum that we have to gain could be more than 100%. Now, we're coming from this user now on Reddit. It's coming from goddammit djoy1017, 4 hours ago, on the Diamond Hands on r/AMC. I'm sorry, but This is only the beginning, and most of you are on here crying. That's what they want you to do. It's psychological warfare. Burn that into your brains. They will drag us through hell, so when it goes up again, you will be so weak that you sell at the first sign of green. It's their best tactic, and it's probably one of their only ones left. Yeah, I'll say it. It's a genius tactic, but we decide whether it works or not. Because if we don't sell, if we continue to hold, and if we do not fall for this, basically, when other people start to freak out, we can continue to hold. And I know it's getting tough now. Most of us here bought in probably in the price range between $2 and $20, I would say, in the initial jump up. So some of us are still in profit, myself I am. Some of us are coming close to being neutral, if not negative, and some of us are actually in big losses right now. So it does feel tough. It does feel tough for a lot of people, and it feels like the future is uncertain. And the future is uncertain. It always has been with AMC. It's a case of risk. It's always been a case of a risk, but it's been a case of statistical and probable outcomes. Which side do you want to be on? If you want to be a short on AMC, you can do that for sure. Do whatever you wish to do. But obviously, if you're long on AMC, I think it does require a certain type of mentality. So, again, I cannot tell you what to do, and I do not wish to tell you what to do because I am not a financial advisor. Do your own research and all of that good stuff. But if you are in AMC, I think you should be careful and I think you should be aware. What are we expecting into this week? We're expecting a tough battle. Options coming up on the 21st. Big options. They want to get as many of these out of the money as possible. So we're going to be seeing that push down in price. And of course, on top of that, they just generally want to get people to sell anyway, due to the simple fact that the longer people continue to hold, the worse it gets for them. So that's something that they're going to be probably working to try and get us to not do. They want to get us to sell as soon as possible. Clearly, it isn't going to work. Anyway, I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think to this week? Do you think it's going to be as tough as I think it's going to be? And what are you going to do? For myself, as I have said before, I don't expect 18 to be the worst of it. I think we could be dropping lower than that. And I do have some funds on the side. I hope that they do drop this one to 15. I hope they drop it lower than that. Drop it to 10. Drop it wherever you like. Because the lower it goes, the more I can load up and the more they have to cover. It's brilliant stuff, guys. But of course, manage your risk appropriately. Do not take obscene risks. Be careful. Be cautious. But I'll be back with you guys in a bit, so goodbye for now. Thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you will be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that, guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching. See you soon.